Jain sir, I'm Hari Krishna from RKM Vivekananda College. It's such a great honor to meet you. I would like to start the interview by asking...
I won't say honor, but I'm happy to see young children.
So, my first question to you is, you come from a family of great army officers, government officials and scholars. You being a university topper in literature, what made you, choose or made a sense to you that service is my career path?
I'll keep this very brief. My father was an officer. So every boy's first hero is his dad, mostly. And the kind of style, the services, the uniform, the vehicle, the way he would walk. He was a very stylish man, He used to have a pipe and, briefcase getting carried. The way he would talk on the phone. And, the general aura, the respect he had as an officer, that was one big motivation. I said, I should be like this guy. And even the Air Force. So, my father was a technical officer. He was into radars and all that. But as a young boy, you get excited. So, the pilot part, the flying part was... So, I wanted to be an Air Force officer in the flying branch. Unfortunately, I was higher in merit for Army. But lucky for me that I went to artillery, applied for flying, trained by Air Force and became an Army pilot.
So, as you mentioned it, you're an Army officer, but also has an experience in flying helicopters and fixed wing aircrafts. So, how did that experience give you an insight on how each arm of a military works, like how the Air Force thinks and how they operate, how the Army thinks and how they operate?
See, any exposure is good. It will give you a bandwidth of how the other organization works. So this is, over the years it is done in the services. Pilots are cross-attached, officers are cross-attached. In the ministry also, you might have a naval officer, you might have an Air Force officer, but we will work on one project. There will be one team. So his expertise of the sea, this guy's expertise of the air operations, my expertise of the battlefield, all that will synergize to give a policy decision. So flying per se, what it did to me is artillery, the role is basically, it's a deadly role. It is recce of the border, recce of the line of control or recce of the IB to see our position. We used to have this powerful 450 millimeter lens, Hasselblad cameras fitted on the aircraft. So we used to have spools there. We used to continuously shoot and then come back, and we used to have a, that film, we call it as developing room, annotated seat on a stereoscope, and keep sending these reports to see if there's any change in the line of defense. Because when you're flying in mountains, it's very easy that you can just walk up from one ridge and change the line. Okay, so that is one. And control of artillery fire. And personally to me, flying taught me to take immediate, strong decisions. Many times in life we keep pannama, vendama, ipdi pannuva, nalai pannuva. So there has to be a point we have to cut it off. Tappo, righto, yarangi pathru. Other I learned it in flying. And that really, really helped me in the Kargil war when I was a commander. Because on the netle, when I am at the helm and I have to fire a salvo, if I start correcta puma, poada, the gun position correcta, நம்மாட்கள் மேல விழுந்துருமா இல்லாட்டி போயிருமான்னு அந்த மாதிரி மிஸ்டேக்ஸ்ல பிக் மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் டேக் பிளேஸ். ஸோ டீக் கொலாட்ரல் டேமேஜ் பக்கத்தில் இருந்தா கொஞ்சம் நம்மளுக்கும் அடிப்படும். பட் மேஜர்லி வி ஹாவ் டு ஹாவ் த மிஷன் சார்ட்டட். ஸோ தட்ஸ் ஹவ். அண்ட் இன் மை பர்சனல் லைஃப் ஆல்சோ flying selfish because my decision making was one of 20 times after that. Even my personal life, my decision with children, my decision everywhere. I will give it one thought, analyze it, run it through, and give the decision.
So would you like to share any funny incidents or a memorable incidents from your academic days as a gentleman cadet?
Oh, I was just one of those very average guys. I had one rule very clear. See, some people, your life is that one long candle of 70 years. Some guys burn it from both the ends. I said, let's burn it low. Let's pass out from the academy. I was just for an ordinary gentleman cadet. I didn't even get a punishment till the last 15 days before passing on. But I had one monkey of a friend who was pulling that sling of the rifle on the road. And the bloody Ustad caught us, sorry for the word. And he ran away. Because one moment, some guys were running, he ran away and I got caught. So I got about 4 punishments. I was just about okay. But I evolved well only after I went to the regiment.
So, during the Kargil conflict, you led a rocketry
Battery.
A rocket battery under your command. So, during Kargil, India had a geographical disadvantage. So, and our artillery division had a huge role to play in our success. So, would you like to share a few words on the experience?
When an artillery round falls, because they fired at us, literally, you will see the fear of death, you will see the face of death. When it comes at 700 degrees, at I don't know what speed, and it will just shatter, it will just break through everything. I'll tell you one instance of one small sharpener. That day was same, where I had gone to meet my Lord that day. I want to attend the call of nature. Long drive, so I parked the gypsy, my driver was driving. I just got out and from some nowhere one splinter came, this big. It hit the windscreen, broke it, went through my seat, such a big hole. Ricocheted from the ground, came back through the body. It's not a chassis, chassis. It went to the chassis member. There's a toolbox. It broke the toolbox, broke through spanners, broke one helmet inside and went out. And we could not touch even the last point, that is the toolbox was red hot. So when you fire one round, when you see 50, 60 coming to that, it'll just rip through your sword. So that is why artillery is known as the king of battle. We had a disadvantage because he was sitting on heights. Difficulty was not in firing artillery. Yeah, we had technical issues of gun ranges, unavailability of met, improper survey. Now these are very technical, we'll not go there. But we had ways and means of devising and getting our accuracy. The thing was to get our guys on top and to fight the battle. So to that end, I also had to, before the war, climb up on another hill with support, because he had taken our post, means our posts are looking towards Pakistan. So there's no point he taking that post and looking into his country. So he resighted the post, came on this side of the ridge and made his posts. So we had to acquire those targets by visual observation, by map reading, by firing lasers at night, taking the good reference, engaging them, registering them with artillery fire, and then pounding them. So I've written 2 books on my experiences. The first book is known as The Stormtroopers of Outpost Bati. It's by Saber and Quill. So the first part of 12 days where I spent as a artillery assault controller there is in that book. And once Tololing was taken, for Tololing the Indian artillery almost fired 50,000 bombs in 1 week. Only then we could take it. So after that, when I came back, then I again started commanding my troop. I was detached from command for that special mission. Then the second book is Hamut Tingla, Hammerhead, where I give fire support for the, what do you call it as, the reclaiming of Chubar Hill. But both the books are in the genre of novel, because I did not want to get into history. Because if you write a historical book and you make a mistake, nobody will forgive you. If it is 19 rounds, it has been 18 rounds. So I didn't have the data. So what I did was, if you take this genre of novel, it is, you can just say this is purely coincidental. But I endeavor to write the true story.
Speaking of Kargil, I read an article about how your unit got a pet goat. So could you please share?
Oh, you see that?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that poor animal came for, see, those days we were moving. So ration also was not very well defined. So they will just give you a goat, you know. So the poor goat came and it came in a ration vehicle. And they wanted to cut it. I found it looking so sad. So, and you need time also. We were moving on. So even in the war, sometimes there is a localized ceasefire, 2 to 3 days, both sides. like in those days, the battles were not fought after night. Na?
Yeah. A gentleman, I think.
Yeah, there'll be some call, or it'll go down automatically. It's like if you're playing football or hockey or you're running around, at some stage you will, so that I can't, it's not official, but that 1 or 2 days is there. So that is the time they would look for some taking bath and eating some good food. So they want to cut that goat, but unluckily or luckily, that became a mascot. The fellow who was to cut the goat, he got wounded in a shelling just 20 minutes before he was to dress the goat. So, and then we had to airlift him and save him. Then the men became a little, sentimental. They said, no, sir, this is a sign from God, so we'll keep her. And then she was with us. And throughout she lived. And she died in 2009, 10 years later. When she came to us, she must have been about 3-4 years. So now I know that the natural life of a goat is 14 years. Because otherwise fellows cut it before that.
So my last question to you is, as you know, like you're passionate about technology and all, do you follow Formula One?
I'm a good driver myself, but I used to see it when I was small. I like to, see more of those old war movies, historical movies. That young blood in me is, I know, flying helicopter in valleys is like driving a Formula car, because you're at 170 knots, 180 knots, taking turns, 30 degrees, 40 degrees, weather, updraft, downdraft, so I've been through all that. Okay, it doesn't really excite me much. A good movie will excite me.
Okay, sir. Now I would like to pass on the interview to my friend Shiva.
You still have questions? Yes, I think taken all your questions.
Yes, sir. Good day, sir. I'm Srivardhan from RKM Vivekananda College.
Okay.
Sir, you were present in the artillery unit where you had fired various types of guns, howitzers and all. So how is it like with reference to today's weapons and today's...
Guns are the same.
Indigenization.
Guns are the same. Even today, a 130 pounder is a beast. Accurate. It might not have technology, but it will put a hole where you want. Technology is okay. It's something like an add-on. It can give you good prediction. It can give you accuracy. It can, give you good mapping. But the structure, the firing, the shell, the propellant, the charge, the laying of the gun, the aiming it indirectly, all that is manual.
Yes, sir.
And that will not change. Bofors was a very good gun, excellent gun, but it had a lot of technical issues. One IC goes or one hydraulic pipe goes, it will go out of action. But these Russian guns, even if one nut goes out or one defibrillator goes off, we could locally repair it. So there is a trade-off between technology. They're making some very good guns now.
Yes, sir.
But today also, these guns, the Indian field gun, 130 millimeter, the 155 millimeter, these guns are enough to repair.
How about the ATAGS, sir, being indigenously developed?
Yeah, see, like an aircraft or, even a gun takes many years. They will come up with a prototype. They will give it. It will be given to some units. It will be tested extensively in the ranges. And then it will evolve. Some mistakes will come. Like you buy a first model car, they say in the vehicle, then, the company works on it. So it will mature after about, basically it's good, but only years of testing will, I'm not competent enough to tell you whether it's good or not. I should not also.
Yes.
But a weapon is made not just on a blueprint. It takes so many years design, seeing so many other weapons, and then it is. It's like how an aircraft is conceived, by the time it flies, it takes 15 hours. Then the aircraft flies for 50 years.
Yes, sir.
So that's how, it's not like our cars where, you just drive a car and throw it away. No.
Sir, you had received a commendation for bravery, sir. How did you feel, sir, when receiving the medal, and how did it recollect your past, sir?
I don't know. After Kargil, I should not be saying this. I went blank for 2 years. The good part was there, but involvement of so much of violence,
Yes, sir.
I suffered. I had issues. I felt, what have I done?
Yes.
So it really didn't, just that I got one. It took me time to understand and come out of all those,
Yes, sir.
you get nightmares. That's not a good job which you do. though he is an enemy, but still, if you are an emotional man and you believe in the sanctity of life, you believe in purpose, then it worries you a little bit. But the bigger call is that you're fighting for your country, because if you don't do it, somebody else will do it, and if nobody does it, somebody is going to attack. But still, the job is a messy job.
Yes.
Are you a vegetarian or non-vegetarian?
Vegetarian, sir.
If I tell you to kill a lizard,
No, sir.
it's difficult, no?
Yes.
If I tell you to hit a dog with a bat,
It's painful.
so to kill a man, it's not an easy job.
Sir, how was it like? Did this affect you emotionally or morally?
It did, no, it did affect me everywhere. I was worried, I was getting angry. My what do you call it as social drinking almost turned into, but then I had very good family support. My wife was a very good support.
Yes.
She helped me through. She talked to me. She became like my friend. My father was support. Then I started believing that I have to let this go. So it took me a while, but it doesn't leave everybody. So that is why I tell the children, there are 3 or 4 pillars. Your emotional pillar, your spiritual pillar, your physical pillar, and your intellectual pillar. This is my concept. These 4 pillars, need 4 pillars for a house.
Yes, sir.
So I said spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and physical. These 3 are 4 important. And the spiritual pillar will connect you to the good and bad of life. And your heart and conscience will tell you what is right and wrong. Never compromise on that. Never compromise. Because if your spirit is free and you feel clean, everything else is easy. But if you compromise there, all the other pillars will fall.
Sir, after these many years of service and now you're currently working with a private firm, sir, how do you recollect when you see your uniform or recollect your past with your earlier colleagues, sir?
We speak every day, every second day in the evening, we are a WhatsApp group. That unit will never go out of my mind. We are now there's a get together in October. We are bonded for life. The newer lot may not know us, but the oldies, so we have our own group. But the unit will call us for a function, and we go every 2 years. They'll call us, they'll get us rooms, there'll be parties, so we talk. We meet the newer people, and they will take. So the unit will remain the same, but the teams will change. Like if you go to your college after 30 years, nobody will recognize you, but you will connect with your classroom. No, here units don't stay in one place. They move from place to place. But with those boards, with the weapon, with the... there's a spirit. I don't know how to say it.
Sir, for the last question, sir, what is your message for today's youth, sir, and how do you like?
I just told you, 4 pillars. Be happy. Do not ever compare. Your friend might have a Ducati and you might have just a normal moped, but your father would have strained his back to get you that bike. Enjoy that moment.
Yes.
If you're destined to get the Ducati, God will give it to you. But if you start looking at that, you will lose this also. No comparison. Those 4 pillars. And you maintain your health. That is very important. That is the greatest asset you have. None of your bank balances, none of anything will help you but your health. And if your health is good, your emotional well-being also will be good.
Yes. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.